Hello, everybody. Welcome to Gamble with Jimmy. Thank you for taking the time to join me. Today, we're going to play a free tutorial for Baccarat training, and we're going to play the player today. Now, when you play player, there is no commission of any kind when you play player. So we're going to go ahead. A lot of the most people today play a commission-free system, but if you win with banker when you have a six, any six win on banker, you do pay commission. You only get 50% of your win. So if you have a $200 bet on banker and you win with the six, you're only going to get $100. That's where they get you. So they calculate it that way. Now, some of the other tables are all commission. But if you play player, there is no commission. So what we're going to do is we're going to play a strategy where you're only playing player, and we're going to do it where we would have to be wrong every single time that we come in on player to lose. The only way we're going to lose is if every single time that we decide to bet player, we lose every single time. So we'll see if we can avoid that. Okay, now before we get into the tutorial, let me just show you briefly, real quick, how to order your online training for Baccarat. I have the best opportunity for you to make a living playing Baccarat. You should be able to make between 5,000 and 6,000 every month. It's actually very easy to do. The training allows you to only have to win one time out of every 7 or 8 hands, which is pretty strong of an opportunity. Go to gamblewithjimmy.com, select Baccarat training, and the one that you want to get is right here. This is the total package, the Baccarat total package. It's $199.95. This package right here, you get the 3 private videos for training, video 1, 2, and 3. You also get the Baccarat press and regress strategy, and also you get you get 2 strategies which I took off from the website, but they come with the Baccarat total package, and they are the momentum, the Baccarat momentum system, and the Baccarat Crazy 8 strategy. All that comes with the Baccarat total package, okay? So you get everything. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and get to the tutorial now and see if we can make some money here. Okay, here we go. So we're going to start with just dealing the cards. So you're just sitting down at the casino, and player loses, so we're not going to do anything. Okay, so player loses again. Okay, so we're going to make our first shot at player. So we waited for 2 player losses in a row. Okay, so that's what this particular strategy is going to do today. Is we're just going to be patient with player and just guess, when player might come in, and we're going to do it by money management. So we're going to start with a quarter. Okay, we're going to get our first win, and we're going to go back to just dealing. We're just going to sit there. Okay, player wins again. Okay, player loses. Banker wins. Banker wins. Okay, so player wins. Banker wins. Okay, it's going back and forth. So player right now is on a win streak. Look at all those wins for player right there. Okay, player keeps winning. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to change strategies real quick in this situation, okay? We had just player take off. I mean, it just exploded with all these wins in a row. So what we're going to do, we're going to kind of just change our strategy here. We're going to let player lose finally. We're going to wait. Okay, player wants to keep winning. Wow. Wow. Holy crap. Look at this, guys. Holy crap. Okay, so we're gonna look for an opportunity here. Wow. I don't think I've seen this many wins in a row. Look at this. I've never seen this many wins in a row on this simulator ever. I've seen it at the casino, but I've never seen it on the simulator that many. Look at this. Wow. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to reverse this right now for the other side. Okay. So we're going to play banker just until we win here. So we're going to start it with a quarter on banker. Okay. We're going to lose. We're going to go to $50. Okay. We're going to win. All right. So we'll go back, and then we'll go back to doing our player, but we're going to wait. We're going to wait a little bit, okay? Banker wins. Banker wins. Okay, player wins. Banker. Banker. Okay, let's go 25 on player. Okay, we're gonna lose. Okay, let's take a look at the board. All right, so we got a little bit of a banker run. We'll take this one off. Okay, we would have won. That's a tie. Okay, we lose there if we were betting. Okay, player won there. Player wins again. Okay, that is a tie. Player wins. Banker wins. Tie. Okay, so pretty soon we're going to bet here. We're just trying to time it perfect is all you're trying to do. Player's really dominating this shoe. I mean, just dominating the shoe. Look at this. It's just dominating the shoe. So what we're going to do, we're going to see if player can keep winning. And if it does, we'll switch it to banker again. All we care about is getting our little wins. That's all we care about. Okay, so banker's having a little run here. Okay, so what we'll do quarter on player. There we go. So every time that we play, I mean, we're only up $47. So we're not betting very big right now. We're just, just barely playing, but it seems to be successful so far. Okay, so we'll go back to waiting. Okay, banker wins. Okay, banker wins again. So we'll put $25 on player. Okay, that's a tie. Okay, we're going to win again. Okay, that's 72. Whoops, we'll clear that. We'll wait to see what happens. Okay. Okay, players won like 3 in a row, 4 in a row. Okay, banker wins. Well, I tell you what, if you were just playing player on this shoe, you would have a lot of success. Sometimes that's just the way it is sometimes. I mean, just players winning every single hand, except for that one. Okay, it's 2 in a row for banker. I mean, banker can't win 3 in a row at all. Okay, that's 1. That's 2. Can it do 3 in a row? Yes, banker just won 3 in a row. Look at that. Okay, it's done it before. All right, so we're going to switch to player for a quarter. And we're going to get the win again. So we're not winning a lot, but what we're going to basically do, this type of way of playing requires you to just keep doubling and doubling. But you got to do your bets. Like when you get the training, it's going to teach you the correct way to do your bet sizing. You can't just go like, so for example, you don't want to go 25 and then you lose, and then go 50, then you lose. Because I mean, that's fine. That bet is perfectly fine. 25, 50. Usually where people start making the mistake is after the third loss. So they go 25, 50, and then they go 75 or they go 100. That's a mistake because if you analyze it, you're investing $175 just to win a quarter. So if you're just looking to win a quarter, instead of betting the $100 and something dollars, you're better off just betting a quarter. So what I like to do is go 25, 50, 150. I like to go up enough to where I get back all my money plus, make at least $75 for betting 150. Otherwise, I would rather just bet a quarter. Okay, so let's keep going. Now, what we're going to do now, we're going to play the same way. We're just going to increase our starting bet because we're only at a $100 profit. So we're just going to increase our starting bet here. Player is just killing this shoe. Okay, that's 2 in a row for Banker. 3 in a row for Banker. 4 in a row for Banker. 4 in a row for Banker. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do player, but we're going to start with 100 this time. Okay, we're going to lose. We're going to go to 200. Okay, we're gonna tie, so let's just repeat it. And there we go. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start applying the pressure. We're going to stay with the same system, but we're going to be applying pressure because we want to get off the table and we want to take at least, $400 or $500 home. Okay, so we're going to let's see if player can get on a losing streak here for a little bit. And it's just look at that. Look at this shoe, guys. Look at the history of this shoe. This was just a complete domination by player. Okay, so we'll go ahead and start a new shoe. Looks like this shoe wants to be player 2. Look at there you go. There's a Banker. Okay, that's a tie. Banker wins. Banker wins again. All right, we're gonna make our move here on player. Okay, we're gonna lose that one. We're gonna go 200 here. Okay, we're going to get the win. Okay, so we're at almost $300 now. Okay, so what we'll do the same thing. We're only betting player. Okay, that's a tie. Okay, that's a loser. Okay, that one would have won. That would have won. Another winner. Okay, Banker wins. Another winner. Okay, Banker wins. Okay, Banker wins. Let's make our move here with a player. So basically, we're just looking for a few losses, and we get our win. Okay, we're at $400 basically. Let's try to get at least another 100. At least another 100. Okay, we would have won. Okay, that's 2 losses in a row. That would have won. One loss. Players just killing it with these last. Players just killing it on these. Look at this. Players doing it again. Every single hand player's been winning. Look at this. Crazy how many times players winning. Okay, there's one loss. Banker just cannot win. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Once again, it's domination for player. We just got to get one more win. Okay, that's 2 losses in a row. 3 losses in a row. All right, let's go for it. Let's see if we can get our win. Yep, that's it. 497. Well, let's just try to get it a little baby bet on player. Let's just go with a quarter. Nope, we lose. Let's go 50. Okay, we lose again. Okay, let's go 100. There we go. And we got the 522. All right. $522 victory. All we did pretty much was play player the entire strategy. We just, now, player was the domination on both shoes that we played. But we really don't need to have a domination the way we're playing it. We're just kind of trying to time player. We're not playing every hand. We're just coming in, but every single time we come in, we're using our money management and our bet sizing to get us the victory. So we're just trying to keep getting those one wins by playing player only when we think player is going to win. If we get, one of the things that you want to probably do is you don't really want to challenge a banker run. You don't want to challenge that. So let's say, for example, that you're doing what you just saw at the casino and you lose like 3 in a row. Just relax, back off, don't bet no more. Let the banker side chill out. Let the banker side finally lose and then attack player later. But remember what you lost, because you need to make sure that you can get that money back first before you start thinking about making a profit. So another tip that I'll give you, let's say that you're down $300. And what you could do is, instead of you just betting like $600 or $500, I don't recommend that you do that, because now you're going to put yourself in a very vulnerable situation where if you lose that bet, you're in a big hole and you have no chance of really getting out unless you were willing to basically go broke if you keep losing. I don't recommend that. What I recommend that you do is sometimes try to just do the 50% rule. So let's say you're down $300, and then you decide when you're ready to bet again, you think that player's going to win. Instead of trying to get the whole thing back, just do 50% back. So your bet would be 150 instead of 300. So if you can get that victory, then you're only down 150, and then you can do like a $50 bet, and if you lose, you go to 100. If you lose, you go to 150. If you lose, then you go back to the 75% system again. So you don't want to like overdo how many times that you're trying to bet really big. Once you lose the first 2 or 3, I would back off. Okay, some of you guys don't do that, and then the next thing you know, you're down $2,300, and your day is spent either losing more or trying to get back 50% of it instead of making a profit. Okay, so don't put yourself in vulnerable situations. I'm not a fan of that. Just from all my experience and stuff like that, you don't want to put yourself in financial bad situations. You want to be really smart. If it's your day, it's your day. But when you do the training, you're in a better position because it teaches you not to bet every hand, and it teaches you key entries that you want to come in at. So it gives you a plan, so you always know what your next step is. Okay. So anyway, when you guys order the training, it only takes, if I'm there when I get your order, it usually takes about 20 minutes to get your order. Maybe 20 minutes to an hour. The only time usually if I'm at the casino, a lot of times when I see your order come in, I'll just email you and say, hey, I'm at the casino, give me an hour or two, or I'll have it for you tonight. Sometimes that happens. But overall, it's always usually within 20 minutes to an hour, or definitely the same day. Okay? Thanks, guys, so much for watching the tutorial today. Good luck at the casino, and support the channel by going to gamblewithjimmy.com and getting that training. Thanks for watching, everybody.